abasebenzi.
Okay, asikhuleni bayisibasafisa ugogo.
I think we're good. But amashishini amancane mele siwasapothe mara at times. You know, ngivela ubone nje ukuthi sizawusolwa apha kuthiwe no umeya uze nabantu bakhe. Khona abanye abarana ama-campaign ke bathi hey umeya wambile olanda kayikhaya. Bazawusho lana bathi meya. So we know these negative things, miss. But the song, proper song. So the president is coming tomorrow. So when we sing like this, I wanted my guys to take a video so that we demonstrate how we are aligned to the president. But I had to say, so we must be supported. The only problem is
I sabotage. They don't stand in microphone.
So I must use my short voice. So again, thank you very much. I think program director, is it working? No. Program director, I think we'll just proceed. I'm sure they will fix it. Yeah. So program director, MMC Nkosi, who's the MMC of metro operations and maintenance. MMC Nkosi. She's also assisting us. She leads a program of CBD, a new one, or CBD revitalization or urban management. You've been very busy, taking the mayor outside of office. So we really appreciate your leadership. Just ensuring that service delivery and outreach, we are everywhere. There's so much that is happening in our space, and that we need to report to our communities. So we really want to appreciate the leadership, the chairperson of MPEC, Mzianda Mkwetu, with your support. We went to Scopa twice, and you came with us to account in Parliament about some of the effects of the barren years of Ekurhuleni. So the barren years, we've correctly characterized it, and it's something that we'll continue to reflect on it as we fix Ekurhuleni, fix the government lapses, and all that. So the MMC of Community Safety, or rather the chairperson of Community Safety Oversight Committee, Chair Rachidi, and thank you for always coming through. When we do some operations, you are always around and lending a hand. And the members of the mayoral committee that are here, in particular the MMC of the department, MMC Ngwenya. He is a ward councillor in Ward 101. We are also deployed here to service our people. It means Katlehong 1 and Katlehong 2 is under your leadership. And all other MMCs that are here, I think the leader of government business, MMC James Tato, we also want to acknowledge you, and the ward councillor, Mr. Vianney Well, and all the ward councillors that are here. This is Ward 15, eh? but just across the road is Zone 51, Lunga. We were doing a big project for you, the 109 million, sewer project, and I'm sure that project is progressing well. A lot of aircon, Huh? Yeah, so I must put it here. There's still an echo. Okay. So we the caretaker HOD for community safety, Bamakubalo, I want to take up from Gulapo. Transfer up from the strategy, you've delivered, and all the other officials that are here, the members of the community, ladies and gentlemen, good morning. So today it marks a very special day, especially considering that this project has been ongoing for the past 6 years. No? A project that was supposed to be delivered in 3 years or 4 years. Right? It started in 2020, it was supposed to be completed in 2023. And then Councillor Vianney, when it started with the CLO, we were not even elected into office. But of course, it was affected by COVID and a bit of delays. But after maneuvering or navigating various challenges, including COVID-19, project management issues, construction issues, the soil condition of the area, which is mainly dolomitic. Today we are finally celebrating this major milestone, which is the official opening of the Katlehong fire station and the handover of this fire station to our communities. So, Program Director, this intervention must be seen as a deliberate move by this administration to bring critical basic services closer to the people. We are fixing local government, we are fixing Ekurhuleni. We did say in the State of the City's address that we're fixing this Ekurhuleni from the barren years. And we correctly characterize it because beyond just COVID, lack of political leadership, lack of oversight, lack of ensuring that the administration is accountable caused some of the delays that we've experienced with this project. So we've moved away really from the barren years to a season of hope, to a season of delivery. And that is what Council actually want us to do. That we must fix the Ekurhuleni, and our people, they are really tired of us making a lot of speeches. We must demonstrate progress, and that is why today we are heading over this project. We've emphasized it to the leadership. Obviously, we must appreciate your leadership. When we're doing changes, just around in February, we said this is a project that we want it to be handed over. Because when we were here about a year ago, I'm sure in 2024 we came here, right? Just before the elections, we were given timelines that by September, that was last year, this project would have been completed. Right? I think that is the timeline that we're given. And we did say that these timelines that they are giving us, we must stick to them. These timelines were revised again that by January, this project will be handed over to communities. We are happy that before we close this financial year, this work has actually happened. And that's a demonstration of a leadership that MMC Zaifani and agility that we've actually brought to the department, and we want to appreciate you. I think let's give you a round of applause. Yeah, in March, we had a strategic planning session with a new mayoral committee. We then said, we did an adjustment budget. We said with the adjustment budget, we want to see a number of projects that will be handing over to communities. So we are taking a cue. Okay. I'm sure you must think hard. All the agencies are delivering. But it's a project, so it means everybody is working. So the change that we've introduced in the mayoral cabinet is bearing results in terms of speed, in terms of the agility to deliver services to our people. Of course, we will approve the budget. We're engaging with all the political parties across. We do think that when the budget sits next week, either on Wednesday, it will depend how we are programming the item. We'll have to finalize, the budget. Of course, it's a process of consultation. It's a process of consultation, but we don't regret the decision that we've made because it is impactful in terms of the speed within which services are being given to our people. By the way, the changes did not affect one party. Just to remind them, it affected all of us. There was a complete change. It's not 4 people that were affected, it's 6 people that were affected. So let's not politicize it, but it was necessary for us to move with a greater speed, and we're happy that these projects are being given to our communities, timelines are being met, and we remain decisive in our resolve. So just a brief background on this project. The construction of the new Katlehong fire station resumed on the 23rd March 2020 as part of the City of Ekurhuleni program to strengthen emergency response services and improve public safety infrastructure. But due to national COVID-19 lockdown regulations, physical construction activities only commenced in July 2020. But after that came 2021. After that, monies were reprioritized, focus, and then we started to see, monies were taken away from our own townships. They were relocated elsewhere. And only in 2024 we then reactivated the efforts to bring back the monies, reallocate them to this project, and we're happy that today we're handing over a completed project. So this project was approved as a multi-year capital project and was initially scheduled for completion by June 2023. However, as we've indicated, several factors contributed to the delay in the implementation of projects, including the impact of COVID-19 pandemic, force majeure events that affected project execution, the expiring of the city's panel of service providers, which affected procurement process. This is nothing about this project management. Because if you fail to plan and align, the service providers, you will have a problem. If it's a multi-year, you must plan and know that this contractor will eventually, and what is going to happen. So that planning must be done according to the available, capacity. So delays in the processing of payments for contractors, and I'm sure this is things that is becoming, prevalent. Because of some of the difficulties, we know today there's government lapses. AG says the 2 billion in the ICT environment, because you can't lose 2 billion in the shortfall of your revenue, and you think it's not going to impact in your ability to pay for services. So that is why when we prefer consequence management to those that are not performing, people must never think that we are targeting certain individuals. But all what we want is performance, because if you don't perform, you compromise this municipality, you compromise speed within which we deliver services to our people. So administration and also stakeholder-related issues are also affected. the progress of this project. The council of the area indicated that communities, they normally come demanding a stake and all that. They want to work in the project, but we are happy that the completion date as revised, that we should be able to deliver this project before 30th June 2026. So the total expenditure incurred on the Katlehong fire station is approximately 85 million rands, inclusive of construction works, professional services, infrastructure installation, and associated project costs. Of course, if a project was planned for 2020, with the prices that 2020, there will be a certain impact in terms of the planned cost, because the original cost was about 7